Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to your ass. Look, I know you tired. The start of this year has been shady as fuck. You've been getting your shit rocked. You've been taking L's. You had a lot of things going on. Some of it you ain't even see coming. Look, I want to talk to you real quick because I need you to understand it's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish. And 2026 can still be the best year you've had yet. If you do these few things that I'm going to share with you in this video and make sure you lock in the right mindset, this shit is inevitable. So I want you to know I understand because I've been there. I'm right here with you. I've taken a lot of my own lumps and things this year. And at the end of the day, you just got to keep moving forward. So before I even get into it, make sure if you haven't already, you like, you subscribe, so that if this resonates with you today, you can get more heat and more value that I drop daily on this platform. So the first thing I want you to understand is at the end of the day, the only way that you lose or that you don't get where you're trying to go is if you give up. And I'm telling you because I know it's a lot of you all that's just looking at like, what the fuck? Like, you just deflated. Some of y'all, I already know, you've been grinding, you've been putting in work. They say if you work hard and you do these different things, good things will happen to you. And you've been doing that and don't see any results. What I need you to understand is all you need to do is understand that if you can stay in, that's a big part of the game, is just staying in the ring, not bowing out, not quitting. Even if you get knocked down, if you get punched in your shit, that's fine. Like, that's a part of it. It's all about, can you take a hit and can you get up? And to be honest, that's really what any L or bad thing that you experience, that's really what it boils down to. It just shows you that, you know what, number one, you can take a punch. Number two, there's an area for you to grow, something for you to learn, and an opportunity for you to expand and grow as a person. That's what L's are. And it's just a progression. So understand that if you can just stick to the plan, don't lose sight of your vision, and just keep going, I promise you, it's just like walking. If you just put one foot in front of the next, slow and steady. You ain't got to get there tomorrow. You don't have to get there next week. You don't have to get there next month. But if you take those steady, consistent steps every day, fam, I promise you, dog, you will eventually get exactly where you're trying to go, period. So I want you to understand, because it's all about how you look at it. That's why I even started this video with that very thing, because a lot of times we lose early in the game. We lose early on just because we don't even look at the thing the right way. So, and I'll give you all a quick story. I have a sister of mine who recently got herself into, legal trouble for the first time. She made a couple of mistakes, 22, young adult, it happens. And she had to sit down for it wasn't a full day, but it was close enough to it. She had her first experience of, being behind bars. And I had to tell her, and she was saying throughout the whole process, the whole week, 2 weeks, because it was like a lead up process. It wasn't just right away. And she was saying, this year ain't my year, because there were other things going on as well, like, and all of these other things. And I told her, for one, you ain't bringing that around me. We don't do that negative, defeatist talk, that defeated mindset and thinking. That shit don't fly, because your life becomes what you think. I shared that with her. And I also shared with her something I'm about to tell you right now. I've never seen a team. I'm a sports fanatic. I develop athletes, so I'm big into the sports world. And I say it all the time, I've never seen a team lose in the first quarter, in the beginning of the game. Rather, I know every sport has different metrics or whatever, but If you're looking at football and basketball, which are my two chief sports, I've never seen a team lose the game in the first quarter, ever. You got 3 other quarters, it's still a long way to go. And it's all about your mindset. You know what? And how you can look at it from anybody that's watching this, where you started out having a rough year. You, like I said in the beginning, where you had a whole lot of shit going on, you've been taking L's and just life's been lifing. If you know, you know. But if you can relate, I want you to understand, you get to choose what the narrative and the story is. This year can be something where, you know what, when it's all said and done, you looking at it like, you know what, damn, this year started off fucked up. That shit was a drag. And then you looking at it, but it still ended up being the best year. It's crazy how it ended up being the best year. And it's all based on what you did, how you responded. That's what it all boils down to. So, like I said, we're through the first 3 months of the year. We're through the first quarter. Today officially starts the second quarter 2026. 3 months from now, we'll be at the halfway. We'll be at halftime, the halfway mark of the year. Where you are in the next 3 months, that just depends on what you do. And understand, your life is always gonna be a combination and a buildup of your habits, your thoughts, your beliefs. So understand, it's so important to sit down and, first of all, look at your life right now and look at what you want your life to be. Be real with the shit and ask yourself, are what you doing and the things that you think, what you actually believe, does that match? Just like how 2 + 2 matches number 4, that is an equal match. Does the actions, the beliefs, your thoughts, do that match what it is you want to experience in your life? For example, I had to do the same thing. So this time last year, I created like an identity, an ideal identity for myself. I created a character, like just like how movie script writers, they write a script for a movie and you write the script for the main character. What do they look like? What are their characteristics? What do they do? What is their life like? What is their occupation? What is their relationship status? Like, what is it? So I did that for myself, and the whole last 365 days has been a process of of making sure I'm moving towards getting to a point where my life matches that character that I created for myself, to a point where if there was a paparazzi crew or a documentary crew that walks around following people's a day in a life to see what your day-to-day life is, they would see exactly what I said I wanted to be. And I had to get to a point where I was like, you know what? My life doesn't match that, because for me to say, you know what, I'm aspiring to make my first 6 figures or become a multimillionaire in progress. But after I stepped out on the entrepreneur journey, you know, self-employment, when I got uncomfortable finding myself looking at work that doesn't match what it is I want to do just for a paycheck that would limit myself, I had to realize that doesn't match who I said I wanted to be. Or looking at my bills versus what I have coming in and having to stress about if I'm gonna have enough money and all of these things, when I said I wanted to become a person that doesn't worry about bills. Like, I have the peace when it comes down to money and finances. And I looked at my life, it doesn't match that. When it came down to relationships, I wasn't going out to social places, pursuing opportunities when I have them for girls that I wanted to date. When I said I wanted to have an abundant dating life where I have a variety of beautiful girls that I date until I want to make one of them my girlfriend, my life didn't match in those areas. So I'm giving y'all examples of how I had to look in the mirror and just be real and honest with myself that, yo, what you said you wanted 2 plus 2 isn't equaling 4 right now. Like, you have a mismatch. You got 2 plus 3 or 2 plus 1 when you actually trying to be 4. You got to change your actions. You got to change your beliefs. You got to change your mindset and your habits in order to get where you're trying to go. So I'm saying all of these things to let you know your life is literally on you. It's all about you and what you do. So the next 3 months, I need you to lock in, sit down, get clear with what it is you want to do. And then once you know what it is you want to do, look at what actions, what things would you need to be doing on a day-to-day basis? How would you need to be thinking? And what do you really believe? Don't BS it, because you can lie and say whatever you want to say, but you're going to move based off of what you believe, and that's what it's going to show. So you can lie to anybody else or say what you want to say, but your beliefs is going to tell the tale of the tape. So you might as well sit down and be real with what it is you believe, and make sure you ask yourself, what are those things that you need in order to get where you're trying to go? So you got to lock in these next 3 months. So if this video resonated with you, you need accountability. You need a community where somebody can help keep you accountable. I've created a space for people looking to level up their life, to improve and build their life the way they want it, physically, emotionally, mentally, financially, just to live the best life you want to live, to be the best you that you can be. If that's something that resonates with you, the link will be in the description. You can click that link and I'll see you on the inside so that you can have somebody that's going to hold you accountable and help you start gradually progressing, because in 3 months, somebody's going to eat. Somebody's life is going to be different in the best way. And I think that should be you. So make sure, if you haven't, like, subscribe, share this to somebody that you know that can benefit from this information. And y'all know what I always tell you, what you do and where you go in your life, that's 100% all on you. And until next time, peace and love.